Greetings again, Commanders. This is Cadger. I'm back in the beta again. So yesterday I got stymied. I couldn't finish my second FSD upgrade because I ran out of materials. So I figured that was a perfectly good time to go out and do some gathering, get a feel for how the new systems work, maybe use the trader, just get an idea how is gathering going to be, because gathering is still required for all this stuff. So what I did was I went off to a distribution center in a famine area and I scanned wakes for an hour. I came out of there with 14 data mined wake exceptions and a whole load of other stuff. So you saw that in the last one, but then I ran out. I didn't have manganese and stuff. Well, there's a planet here in a weird system that has manganese. So I went down there and I shot every rock I saw and collected everything. So I got selenium and iron and nickel and phosphorus and sulfur, as well as manganese. I got plenty of manganese down there. It was an 8% planet, I think. And then I went over to Dav's Hope, good old Dav's Hope, and I went around in a circle down there picking up every material. It's kind of nice not having to watch your materials and because they might overflow. It doesn't happen anymore. You just pick up everything. So I came out of there with a whole bunch of chemical processors and all that kind of stuff. Distilleries, manipulators. I got compound this and polymer that, all the stuff that falls there, but I just kept everything. And then I came back here. So I've spent another couple of hours gathering materials, and now I'm back. I should have enough. I don't think I even have to go to the material trader. I should have enough to finish off the FSD now. So let's find out. So here's where I got stuck before. You can see I now have 24 of those, and I now have the tooltip covers it up, and you can't see how many I have. 16 and 31 of those guys. Alright, so no problem here doing grade 4. Let's do that. Okay, so I have now unlocked my grade 5. Now if I wanted to, I could trade for these, but it turns out I have enough of them. So like I said, I got 14 of these while I was getting stuff, so that was no problem. Let's finish this off. Okay, so that is now maxed. I can go to my experimental effect. I can pick either this one, which will give me an even more jump range. I can also do this one, which reduces the mass and also will increase the jump range. I haven't calculated them out to see, which is better. I think this one might be a little better. But the nice thing is, as you can see, I got lots. Well, I wish the tooltip didn't do that, but I got lots of these now because while I was picking up chemical manipulators over the Davs, I got all this other junk, and there it is. I already have it. Same with this. So since I can do them both, I'm gonna try this one and see what my jump range is, and then try that one. Experimental effect. Alright, so I now have this maximized FSD. Let's go look at our jump range. So that gets me almost up to 29 on the old Chieftain. And Let's have a look at it just to see what it actually looks like. So it looks like that. So 28.82 with that. Let's check the other experimental. I just want to see if it's better or not. What was that? 28.82 I said? Yes. Alright, experimental effect. Let's put mass manager on there instead. Okay, so now it's better optimized mass. Trade that for a little integrity? Yeah, I would. Alright, so let's see. 28.83. Okay, so hardly any difference between those two, at least on this ship. But that gives you 56% roll on your optimized mass. That's a better roll than I've gotten on any of my live ships, that's for sure. And I mean, the negatives aren't even that bad. They're pretty good. I'd be very happy with this roll on any of my ships. But the bottom line is it only took me a couple of more hours to do. I think if I were starting from scratch, absolutely no materials, but if I, assuming that I already had grade 5 access to the engineer, I don't want to add that in, but just gathering of materials, it would have only taken me 3, possibly 4 hours to gather everything I needed, then come here and maximize my frameshift drive range. And I would have been guaranteed to be able to maximize it. So I think that's a win. Yes, the gathering still takes time, but Frontier didn't say it wasn't going to take time. They said we wouldn't waste time. And technically that's correct. All the time that you put into gathering is progress. You don't waste any of that. You can use all of it because you're guaranteed to get what you wanted when you get to the engineer. None of your rolls will be thrown away. None of your materials are wasted. You may have to use a little more or a little less depending on the randomness of the rolls in there, and there's still a little randomness in there. But other than that, it's guaranteed. I like it. I think it's better. And honestly, I don't really mind there being time requirements as long as what you do is fun. And of course that's always a question, is gathering fun? I had fun. I went off to the distribution center and I watched all the T9s and adders and stuff jumping away, and I scanned all the wakes. Now after an hour or so I was tired of it, but that's all I had to do of it too. The same on the planet. I went down there for an hour and I blasted rocks for an hour. I came back with everything I needed. I went to Dab's Hope. I went around there for an hour. Of course, now I have a whole bunch of stuff for other roles now as well, for other upgrades and stuff, because I didn't have to use everything I got on this. So yeah, I'm starting to lean more toward I like the system better. It's different. There's some gotchas in there, and I think it's going to be kind of a pain when you want to do multiple modules. Like if you want to do I've got 9 weapons on the T9 or T10. If I had to do all 9 weapons at once, I might not be able to carry that many materials. I might have to make a couple of runs. Because, you might have to carry a bunch of stuff. You have to carry a lot more for each upgrade. So if you're doing a lot of upgrades, you could actually run out of capacity even with the increased capacity. So that's still a problem, I think. Overall, yeah, not too bad. Anyway, that's my take on it for now. I'm pretty happy. I'm going to go off now and do something else. I'm tired of doing this. I want to test some other things. And then I'll be back. I think there's something in the notes about the Thargoid Scouts, the smallest ones, the little octagonal guys, not the flower ships, but the little ones, are supposed to be live. I'm supposed to be able to find them in the unidentified signal sources here. And they're supposed to be, according to the notes, supposed to be accessible by ordinary pilots in ordinary ships. Well, that certainly describes me. So I'm going to go out and try to find one and fight with it. I probably wouldn't do this in the live game, but I'm going to do it here in the beta. Go fight a scout, and we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will return. I hope this has been helpful.